Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now in today's video I actually wanted to talk about an operator that I feel like a lot of people forgot about, if that makes sense. Now something that's in this game right now is something called damage drop-off. So Ash's gun without extended barrel does 39 damage, and when you shoot it from 30 meters it does 31 damage to a body shot. Now, obviously, you know what I mean, damage to body shot value doesn't actually really matter that much in a one-shot headshot game. However, one of the things I want you guys to understand is that when you slap an extended barrel onto the R4C, all of a sudden that 31 damage goes up to 40, which means that now most operators are going to be at 3-shot kills. Now the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because there's only a couple weapons in this game that are like an exception to this rule. Specifically, the one that I found was a Rooney DMR, which I noticed that makes sense, right? Obviously 60 damage, 30 meters as an ACOG, that makes sense, right? Now, there is another gun, however, that is also an exception to this rule that does 60 damage as well, but is also an assault rifle. You're going to see right here, it's Tachanka. Tachanka LMG, boys. Tachanka LMG is actually secretly broken as, super broken, because long story short, it does, no matter what, from 30 meters, it does 60 damage, okay, to a body shot, which means you're essentially able to two-tap most operators in the current meta, minus operators like Ram, Finka, those type of operators. Actually, is Finka at 2 health? I actually don't remember off the top of my head, but, you see what I'm saying? People who hard crush like Ash, people who hard crush Dokkaebi, people who hard crush Twitch, you're essentially a hard counter to them because you're able to two-tap them with your LMG, basically, in a nutshell. So don't get me wrong, guys, though. I know there's a statistic for time to kill when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege guns, certain guns, for example, SMG-11, SMG-12, their time to kills are very, very... I believe the wording is low, right? Meaning they kill operators extremely quickly, basically. Now, the one thing that those type of things don't talk about is the damage drop-off, because SMG-12, SMG-11, they both have damage drop-off when it comes to range. Almost every operator in this game, actually, technically, I think every gun actually in this game has damage drop-off if you go far away enough. However, Tachanka LMG seems to be one of those weapons that from 30 meters, within that 30 meters area, and don't get me wrong, guys, you're probably never taking an over 30 meter gunfight with Tachanka LMG in this game, but basically what I'm trying to say is, with this LMG, you're essentially running around with a DMR that's automatic, essentially. As a reference point, the full auto DMR on Azami, the ACS, I believe is what it's called, the one that's on a Azami and Maestro, is a when you shoot it from 30 meters at the dummies for a body shot, it goes from 67 damage to 40 damage. I believe it's 41 or something like that. So yeah, it's pretty bad in comparison to Tachanka LMG. Now, getting us started in this first clip, we're going to be playing Tachanka LMG. We're going to be putting ourselves into a 1v5 here. Right here, we're going to actually end up injuring a buck that's going to be over on the half wall. He was looking to kill me aggressively here. I'm going to hear one guy in my hallway, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-fire aggressively, get myself a free kill on this Twitch. Then we're going to go walk into sight here. We're going to go ahead and pre-fire towards the breach. Kill it Grim. Once again, guys, it's two bullet kills, so we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a free kill. Remember, Buck is still injured in this position, so he's going to probably look to flank me in this position. So you can see right here, he's going to go to my bedroom doorway. He went ahead and triggered a thorn trap, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and bait him in and get ourselves a free kill. And then now we're in a nice 1v2 position. We're going to two-tap the Ash, and then unfortunately I get refragged and lose the round. But as you can see there, I two-tapped the Ash, guys. I two-tapped the Ash. The Ash was swinging me. I pre-fired. I two-tapped her. And if the other guy wasn't there, I'm probably winning that 1v5, honestly. And that's basically, in a nutshell, the power of Tachanka LMG is the opportunity to basically two-tap people just randomly, you know what I mean? Because like I said, the meta right now for ranked right now is just run around with your head cut off with Ash, Twitch, Dokkaebi, you know what I mean? Grim. Grim is a super meta opera right now, but at the end of the day, he's still a 2 health armor or 2 health operator, you know what I mean? So you're still able to two-tap him, you know what I mean? The only operators that don't, you know what I mean, fall into this rule that are meta, you know what I mean, are probably Shields and Ram, you know? And right now on defense, the meta right now is the DMRs, because obviously the DMRs have the ACOGs. They're able to two-tap most operators in the game that people like to run, like the Ashe, the Twitch, you know, all of those operators. People love to run around and use those operators like crazy. So then the DMR players, they just put themselves up on an angle and they pretty much just eat good the whole game, you know what I mean? It's the same concept with the Tachanka LMG that I'm trying to go over. Since the Tachanka LMG does not have any damage drop-off from 30 meters, that essentially means you can play Tachanka LMG on pixel angles up to 30 meters to basically two-tap people from range, is the idea. Now, obviously there's not many gunfights in this game that are going to be within or like a 30-meter range. However, that should inspire confidence in you for gunfights, in my opinion, because that means you now know that if you're not dealing with a 3 health operator, there's a very good chance you're just going to two-tap people and get free kills, you know what I mean? And there's not really much they can do about it unless they walk in and pre-fire, you know what I mean? Because like I say in my other videos with like Sentry, step-by-steps, and stuff like that, is like if the enemy player, if I'm on a pixel angle, right? If they don't pre-fire me and they don't get that first tap headshot, they are not winning the gunfight, because I'm going to two-tap them and I'm going to get myself a free kill and there's nothing they can do about it. You're going to see right here, there's going to be an Ashe outside my doorway. There's a guy that's actually inside a sight in this position, so I'm calling my teammates to go deal with that guy, and then I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively to try to go kill this Ashe on the outside. You're going to see right here, once again, I two-tap him and he dies. Now I'm in a 1v2 position. What I need to do, again, is Dokkaebi, it's Twitch, okay? I need to find a way to two-tap these guys, basically. So right here, there's going to be a guy on the bathroom half wall. I believe he's actually in the smoke in this position. So you can see right here, he swings aggressively. Unfortunately, I'm not going to land his shots. Right here, I actually hit 2 bullets on Twitch, and he's down in this position. So now I'm in a nice 1v1 position. I can use my Tachanka fire to finish off my kill, which is fantastic. And then the last guy in this position, I'm getting pings from my teammate that he's pushing over by Pony. So we're going to go ahead and swing aggressively to get ourselves a free kill using this zombie barrier as cover, and just swinging when I get a little bit of audio to secure the round. Now, something that I forgot to mention to you guys is that I'm actually a controller player, right? But what I do is I play on a PS5, okay? But I play and put my crossplay over onto PC. Now, and the clips in this video are all taken from a PS5 that went to PC lobbies, okay? So all of the clips in this video are PS5 to PC crossplay, basically. I'm on a controller, I'm on 120 frames, and I'm playing against players that are Diamond, that are Champ, and PC, and honestly, I'm just deleting them, bro. Like, that's how strong the weapon is, you know what I mean? Now, typically, when you're playing against players that have higher frames than you, they're going to basically be able to swing you, and they're going to be able to kill you before they're really able to do much about it, you know what I mean? However, one thing that I've noticed is that when you're playing against players that have higher frames than you, you need to be able to either kill them before they can kill you, which is obvious, right? So what I mean by that is recently I played against some cheaters on PC, and the only real way I could see to win gunfights against them was to just simply, when they swing into me, I kill them, you know what I mean? And the only way I could do that is if I play a shield or I play a really strong hitting gun like Boss G or Kali, you know what I mean? And then I just one-tap them when they swing me, you know what I mean? And I just play purely off of just pure reaction time and hoping that they don't like one-tap me in the head, pretty much is the idea. And it's the same concept with Tachanka LMG, you know what I mean? If the enemy PC player is not able to hit me and kill me right away, then I'm able to just two-tap them down, and it's all free real estate from there. So basically, the idea with Tachanka that you're now playing for is you're trying to play him as if he is a DMR operator. So you're looking for pixel angles, you're looking for positions where you're able to basically two-tap people down on the range is the idea. Now, I know a lot of people aren't really comfortable doing that with the 1x scope. However, what I like to do is I like to put red dot C on any guns that I plan on using for long range. Now, in this specific round, we're going to be on open area here. I'm going to pre-make my hole for open area double door here, for kitchen double, excuse me. And then they're going to go ahead and pop the hatch. So there's one guy on my hatch. There's going to be actually 2 guys that are going to be pushing for bottom square kitchen double door in this position. So I pre-made one of my holes here. I'm going to use that first hole I made as bait, and we're going to shoot another hole here to actually get one free kill for the kitchen double door here. And then we're going to swing aggressively through the hole we made earlier for the next guy that's going to be on the kitchen double door here. He's going to go ahead and try to quick peek into me, but I'm going to pre-fire. He's going to walk in that pre-fire. I'm going to get a headshot. The last guy dropped the janitor hatch, so we're going to go ahead and predict him going through the rotate that I myself made during prep phase and go ahead and secure the round right here. That's another thing that I'm actually really noticing is incredibly strong about Tachanka right now is you can make all of the rotates. Now, if you guys know me, I don't like playing operators that can't make rotates or head holes or anything like that. I hate playing operators that can't do it, and the reason why is because obviously if I don't play an operator that can make rotates, that can make head holes, that can make line of sight, can set up the bomb site, then obviously when I'm solo queuing or duo queuing or whatever, my team is not going to set up the bomb site and we're going to get steamrolled, you know what I mean? So that's why I always look to play operators that can set up the bomb site. So that's why I was a mute main. That's why I was a sentry main, and that's why I think that Tachanka can be really powerful is because I'm able to set up the bomb site how I want to set it up. You know what I mean? So that's the idea with Tachanka. And then once again, guys, like I said, we have the barbed wire, so now we can play flexible for our team. We can assume. We could basically use the barbed wire to prevent the enemy team from taking advantage of a lot of gaps on our team, basically is the idea. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that we have the Tachanka fire, right? The Tachanka fire, we can use that to deny plants. We can use that to deny, or not even deny, but like, say for example, we 2-tap someone on range, and that's going to actually happen during this round. We can actually use the Tachanka fire to finish our kills. So there's going to be one guy outside of the top square in this position. We're going to go ahead and take a little cheeky angle here. A lot of people don't know this angle exists, but this is actually low-key an ideal angle for a lot of like ACOG operators. We're going to see right here, I peek into this guy's pixel. He doesn't headshot me, and then I 2-tap him. I literally 2-tap him and get myself a free kill. He's down. I go ahead and use my Tachanka fire to go ahead and collect the kill onto him right there. One of my teammates is going to call out that there's another guy that's going to be pushing for my top square. But as you guys can see right there, I swung into that guy's angle. He tried to kill me. He didn't get the headshot, and I ended up 2-tapping him. What can he really do about that? You know what I mean? He has to hit the headshot or else he loses the gunfight. It's just how it works, you know? You're going to see right here, my teammate's pinging for, and Ash is going to try to swing me for top square. We're going to go ahead and play this gunfight aggressively again. Like I said, he has to swing into me, and he has to immediately kill me. If he doesn't do that, then once again, guys, it's 2-tap city. We're going to go ahead and get a free kill onto him. Last guy in this position is going to be over by Marble here, playing cross angle with my position, or cross angle in this position with my teammate from Marble here. We know the last guy is going to be on Marble, so we're going to go ahead and hold a cross angle position here. I'm going to use some Tachanka fire to basically burn a little bit of time. The guy that is on Marble, the floors, he's going to see that Tachanka fire and he's going to be like, oh, I can't push here. Let me rotate to lobby. Now, the greedy guy that I am, I'm going to go ahead and rotate over towards my teammate here for lobby stairs. And I'm going to go ahead and be like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and swing this last guy. I know I'm going to kill him, so I go ahead and swing aggressively. Once again, guys, it is... I think this is actually a 1-tap right here because I think he was already low. So I'm pretty sure my first bullet killed him in this position. But once again, guys, it's 2-tap city. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a free kill. Now, this last clip that I want to share with you guys is actually a little setup play that I got over on Outback where when the enemy team pushes for Picnic, one of the things that they do is once they're actually inside a Picnic, they only have some specific positions to hide, basically. So one of the things they can do is they can either play close right to the doorway, but I can use Tachanka fire to push him off that angle, which means now he has to play his angle a lot more wide. And one of the things I did earlier on in this round is I actually opened up behind the grill. So he can't play behind the grill inside of Picnic, which means the only logical place that he can play is on a wide angle inside of Picnic, okay? He can't play close to the doorway because I keep firing it off. So you can see right here, I'm going to wall bang through the soft wall to the only position that he can play inside of Picnic without getting shot at to secure the round right there. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's step-by-step video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!